But once you get to 100,000 and then 200,000 and then 400, it starts getting interesting. And once you get to 1 million, then 2 million, then 4 million, it gets really interesting indeed. What is compound growth exactly? Because when I first heard about it, I was really confused. I had to hear it several times because people started telling me about two guys and they were betting £1 on a golf course, and whoever won, and they doubled it. So the first bet was £1, but then if you went, then it was £2, then it was £4, then it was £8. And I was like, yeah, that's interesting. And then there was this other story about a grain of rice, and somebody healed somebody's daughter, and he was paid in rice, and then by the 18th day or something, they couldn't carry the grains of rice anymore because it was too many. Can I explain to you what compound growth is and why it's so important for you, right? I'm going to use my trusty flip chart over here. If you have some capital, right? Now this is why Albert Einstein called this the eighth wonder of the world, I'm telling you, because let's say you have your capital here like this. This is your capital, okay? And then you are getting something, whatever that is. You might be getting 10% a year, for example, but you know, we look to get 3% a month, whatever it is, okay? Let's say 3%. And you're looking to get this, so this is your 3% profit on your capital. What do most people do? They spend the profit, right? We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. What we want to do, and this is part of compound growth, we want to reinvest it. So now you have your initial capital plus that extra 3% profit on there, okay? Whatever that number is. And this is where the real key is. Because now you are going to be making the next month or next year, whatever it is that you do, you're going to be making an additional 3%. But listen closely. This 3% now isn't just on your initial capital, right? It's on 3% plus the additional 3% from last time, which means even more money. Well, the same percentage return on even more money means even more profits. Can you see that? So even though it's still 3%, 3%, 3%, or whatever you're doing, let's say it's 10%, 10%, whatever it is, but the profit here starts going up and up and up and up and up like that. Right? And that is compound growth, you know. So let's say it's you make 10% a year. So then it'll be, you know, you make £100, dollars, euros, whatever. But then next time you're going to be making £110, dollars, euros profit. And this is called exponential growth. Exponential, right? It's not linear. It's not linear. You'll be here forever. Like making money in the bank, you'll be here forever. You will never, but it's literally exponential growth like this. This is why Albert Einstein called this the eighth wonder of the world. Because, you know, as you keep doing this, and it only takes a few short years, you don't have to do it for the rest of your life, although you probably want to, because then the amounts are getting bigger and bigger. People don't notice it, like they're doubling their money every year, etc. And so they don't think they're doing it because it's like, you know, 2,000 and then it's like 4,000, but it's a small amount, 8,000. Oh, that's interesting, you know, 16,000. But once you get to 100,000 and then 200,000 and then 400, it starts getting interesting. And once you get to 1 million, then 2 million, then 4 million, it gets really interesting indeed. In fact, Rob Alder's just one of our success stories, but I could mention many of them, Marcel Spies, some of the others. But for example, Rob Alder's, he said, Marcus, when you explain compound growth, I kind of got it. It's like, yeah, and then you add it, and then it's even more, and then it's even more, and then it's even more, and that's why Albert Einstein calls it the eighth wonder of the world. I got that, but I didn't really get it until I saw it in my account. I said, where did this extra 100,000, he is in Rotterdam in the Netherlands, so 100,000 euros come from? Where did that suddenly come from? It was like magic. And that is why. And, you know, people don't teach it. They just don't teach it. Now, we actually have a compounding calculator on our website. If you go to investment-mastery.com, which is our website, right? investment-mastery.com/compounding, you can play around with it. So you put in whatever your initial amount is, and whatever you think you're going to be gaining, we teach you 3% a month, right? But then, and this, I promise you, no one does this, and this massively speeds it up even more, is adding just small amounts, £100 a month. We're not talking about 1,000, 10,000, £100 a month. So less eating, less, you know, going out, whatever that might be, right? £100 a month. And if you then try that every month, you put in an extra £100, try putting in an extra 50, like instead of 100. See the difference between 100 and then you put in 150, and that extra 50 will make you an extra £300,000 in 15 years. Have a look at the calculator, investment-mastery.com/compounding, and you will say, Marcus, why didn't you teach this to me years ago? Well, it's not my fault, I'm teaching you now. Okay, so go ahead and don't just like read about it, or as you're doing here, watch it, listen it, do it, study compound growth, learn how to exponentially grow your money. Compound growth, the eighth wonder of the world.